beloveds. It was a hot day in the park, and for the first half the walk, we didn't see any squirrels at all. And then we saw some squirrels, and I think I got, it's like, every 8 times I go to the park, I get a really good squirrel picture. And the blue jays came out to play a little bit. I think we heard the woodpecker, but we never saw the woodpecker. So, but all in all, good day in the park. All right, so we are in chapter 20, and we are starting on page 334 with the ultimate salvation for all, which is a terrifying title. So let's see what Ernest Holmes thinks the ultimate salvation for all is. Now, mind you, we are in the chapter of what the mystics taught. So, all right, the mystics have taught that there is but one ultimate reality, and that this ultimate reality is here now, if we could but see it. The great mystics have been illumined. They have seen through the veil of matter and perceived the spiritual universe. They have taught that the kingdom of God is now present and needs but to be realized. And they have apparently sensed that this kingdom is within. One of the most illuminating things which mysticism has revealed is that evil is not an ultimate reality. It is simply an experience of the soul on its journey towards reality. Evil is not an entity, but an experience on the pathway of self-unfoldment. It is not a thing of itself, but simply a misuse of power. It will disappear when we stop looking at or indulging in it. We cannot stop believing in it as long as we indulge in it. So the mystic has always taught the race to turn from evil and do good. Furthermore, the mystics have taught that the ultimate salvation of all people and the immortality of every soul. Indeed, they have taught that immortality is here and now if we would but awake to the fact. Beloved, now are we the children of God. Since each soul is some part of the whole, it is impossible that any soul can be lost. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. Damnation has been as foreign to the thought of the mystic as any concept of evil must be to the mind of God. The great mystics taught that people should have no burdens and would have none if they turned to the one. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. As Jesus knew that it would be impossible for all people to come to him as a personality, he must have meant that we should come into his understanding of life and reality. Someday we shall learn to lay our burdens on the altar of love, that they may be consumed by the fire of faith in the living Spirit. People would have no burdens if they kept this high watch towards the one, if they always turned to God. In mental healing, the spiritual practitioner should sense everyone as a divine being, thus causing an awakening of the divinity which is latent in all people. This spiritual awakening should never be divorced from the mental act, which is to awaken the mind to the realization of spirit. The universe is now a spiritual system. The problem of evil does not enter into this contemplation. This does not mean that we can keep on doing evil. It is a personal and not a cosmic problem, and disappears when we no longer contemplate it. Our individualized universe is forever complete, yet forever completing itself, in order that every experience may teach us to transcend some previous one, in ever ascending cycles toward upward bound. This is the true meaning of misfortune or vicissitude or suffering, which is never a thing in itself. Our recognition of truth is its pronouncement of itself. And when a person says, I am, it is God proclaiming its own being. Emerson said that he was often conscious of Jove nodding to Jove from behind our backs. And suddenly I've got C.S. Lewis's Narnia in my head. Upward and onward, an ever upward bound spiral. Okay. For a practical application, suppose one is treating a person who is low in vitality. The practitioner must recognize not low vitality, but real vitality. The practitioner must recognizing the I amness, the all-powerfulness, God, in such a degree as we contemplate the spirit of livingness, it becomes manifest. A clear idea of livingness personifies itself as physical vitality. Thus, our recognition of it becomes its recognition of us at the level of our recognition of it. There is a great difference in our reaction when we believe that evil is an entity and when we understand that we merely have the possibility of experiencing it. The universe does not demand suffering. Suffering is... See, now here's one of those things. I'm working on gender neutral ink, right? And right here, I really want to say what is written here because I believe it, but it's not gender neutral. What I want to say is suffering is man-made. What I'm going to say is suffering is human-made. But pardon me for having a human moment. All right, now I've got to find out where I just left myself in the book. All right, suffering is human-made through ignorance. It will continue until people learn how to make it negative in their experience. Someday we shall decide that we have had enough of suffering. There cannot be a law in the universe which demands evil, lack, limitation, and the experience of unhappiness to provide shades to magnify its glory. Therefore, the mystics have taught that evil is only the power, that evil has only the power to destroy itself, that it is not God ordained. From the viewpoint of reality, it is an illusion, but they have not denied that it is an experience. It is an experience all have had. The great have not failed to recognize the appearance of evil, but they have separated the appearance from the reality. They have done away with evil as a cosmic entity. No devil, no hell, no torment, no damnation outside of one's own state of thought. No punishment outside of that of the self-inflicted through ignorance, and no salvation outside of conscious cooperation with the infinite. Heaven and hell are states of consciousness. And there is, in sum total, science of mind's difference from a lot of the major religions. And one of the reasons why I can get on board with science of mind, because one of the problems that I have with Christianity is I cannot believe in a God that would doom somebody to hell for never having heard the word Jesus. Nope. Cannot do it. Cannot do it. I just thought that was the biggest line of bull, and no, I'm not willing to believe in a God like that. You know, so the Christians continue to teach whatever they want. It's not the God I believe in. The God that I believe in doesn't, and hence I don't believe in the devil. If you read the Bible, each time Satan specifically, because that's from the book of Job, Satan is an office that an angel is in the position of, and it's basically God's lawyer. It's like, look, these people, they've gotten out of hand. Let's discuss this. And God says, okay, let's discuss this. So, But there it is, right there, in black and white. So, all right. Moving on to evolution. The universe, both visible and invisible, is a spiritual system. People are a part of this spiritual order, so individually united with it, that the entire cosmos is, or may be, reflected in their mind. Evolution is the awakening of the soul to the recognition of its unity with the whole. Material evolution is an effect, not a cause. This reverses the popular belief, declaring that evolution is the result of intelligence rather than intelligence being the result of evolution. The aim of evolution is to produce a person who is the point of their objective thought. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me try that sentence again. The aim of evolution is to produce a person who, as the point of their objective thought, may completely manifest the whole idea of life, may bring unity to the point of particularization, finding nothing in the law to oppose it. The person, hang on. The man Jesus became the Christ. Okay, so the man, there should be a comma there. Every now and again, Ernest's punctuation just really gets to me. Here we are. The man, Jesus, became the Christ through a complete realization of the unity of spirit and the absoluteness of his word. His physical and spiritual faculties, his objective and subjective mind were completely poised and perfectly balanced. It is evident from this realization that it is evident if this realization took place in any other individual, their word would be manifest likewise, because behind the word is the universal soul, omnipotent law. The spirit is limitless. Nope. Okay. The spirit is limitless, but can only be to us what we believe it to be. Why must we believe it is? Because until we believe that it is, we are believing that it is not. It is all a matter of belief, but belief is scientifically induced into a subjective state through conscious endeavor. You know, every now and again, Ernest makes me absolutely crazy. That right there, that sentence is, it's if you believe that it's not working, then you're right. But if you believe that it's working, you're right. It's working by not working for you. All right, back to Ernest. To repeat, the aim of evolution is to produce a person who, at the objective point of their own self-determination, may completely manifest the inner life of the spirit. Even the spirit does not seek to control us. It lets us alone to discover ourselves. The most precious thing a person possesses is their own individuality. Indeed, this is the only thing they really have, or are. For one instant, to allow any outside influence to enter or control this individuality is a crime against their real self. In the Bible, we read, "Beloved, now are we the children of God, and it doth not yet appear that what we shall be. But we know that when it shall appear, we shall be like it, for we shall see it as it is." Even though this process of evolution is still taking place, has not stopped, and perhaps never will, because we shall forever unfold, even in the state of incompletion. Now are we the children of God. As we more completely evolve, we shall see the Christ appear, and when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Ugh. He's re-quoting the Bible. let's see. And when, maybe, hang on, I'm going to try that sentence again. When Christ shall appear, we shall be like Christ, for we shall see Christ as Christ is. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, thank you. Being transformed from glory to glory by reason that the divine urge within each one of us, by reason of that divine urge within each one of us. Even now, the divine reality is accomplished in infinite mind. Within each of us is an indestructible and eternal God-intended person, a perfect being, our perfect being. Wow, this just keeps going. Okay. Whew, deep breath. Evolution's a long one. Always the idea of perfected person must have been in the divine mind, involved within the cause of its effect. And in the mind of the eternal person, people must be perfect. God is perfect. God is perfect mind and cannot conceive imperfect ideas. Hence the idea of people are held as in the mind of God must be a perfect idea. The perfect person is the only person God knows. Yeah, there's a lot in this one. All right. A person being an individual may do as they will with themselves. As Browning said, they may desecrate, but they can never lose their life. The Spirit ever has a witness within us, and the God-intended person already knows that they are one with the whole, that nature is comprised of the one ultimate power, using many instruments and having many avenues of expression. The time has come in our evolution that we should awaken to the recognition that behind each one stands the eternal mind, that each has complete access to it, that each may come to it for inspiration and revelation, and that surrounding all is a divine law obeying the dictates of the eternal mind. Oh my God, Ernest, you are... Okay. It's, like heavy right now. It's like heavy. You got to work for it. Evolution is a principle which, though invisible, finds manifestation in every form of life. It is the logical or necessary outcome of universal intelligence of spirit. But evolution is an effect of intelligence and not its cause. Okay? And actually, there's a lot of debate about that. So, especially in the hominid family. I've been reading some articles lately. Interesting. Okay. All right. Back to Ernest. Evolution can only follow involution. Involution is the idea, while evolution is the unfoldment of the idea. Involution precedes evolution, and evolution follows with mechanical precision, propelled by an immutable law. The law of cause and effect. Again, nice deep breath. We're dealing with heavy, theoretical, metaphysical topic right now. God is universal intelligence or spirit. The only way intelligence can move is by an interior movement. God must move within God if God is all. God moves within and upon itself. It is evident that the movement back of the objective world must be a subjective movement, a movement of consciousness. It is necessary then that whatever movement takes place, it must take place within and upon that one, and it follows that whatever is created out of this one. God moves upon God. This is the starting point of creation. Every time one conceives an idea, it is God expressing itself. God is eternally knowing and eternally known through everyone. It is God's nature to know, and there is an emotional craving or desire for expression inherent in the universe. Okay, still going. We got this. There is a universal law obeying the will of spirit. This is the law through which that which is involved evolves. Ernest? We're going to try that sentence again. All right. There is a universal law obeying the will of spirit. This is the law through which that which is involved evolves. Like I said, sometimes Ernest put punctuation in weird places, and then you're like, wait, what? And you got to read it again. Okay. We, as conscious spirit, set universal law in motion, which makes things from ideas. The spirit, it involves, the law evolves. The law does not know that it is evolving. It is its nature to evolve, and thus this nature is mechanical. Meaning the law doesn't judge, okay? The law does not judge. There is no personality in law. It just does what you press into it, okay? We're almost there. We've got about 3 paragraphs left. Evolution, then, is not a thing in itself. It is an effect. Behind all objective form, there is a subjective likeness, which exactly balances and is the prototype of the form. The thing involved perfectly balances the thing evolving from it. Evolution is the time and the process through which spirit unfolds. Maybe we should read that sentence again because he's got it in italics, which means it's important. Okay? Evolution is the time and the process through which spirit unfolds. Insofar as any individual understands this mental law, they are able to use it. We must learn how it works and comply with the way it works. Always, it is an obedient servant. As a person sows, so shall they reap. Involution and evolution, the thought and the thing, the word and the law, the purpose and the execution. This is the sequence. And we're going to take a nice deep breath because we are carrying a heavy load. We're almost to a stopping point because I'm done after I'm not going on to the next section. All right. While there is liberty in the evolving principle, it is always in accord with certain fundamental laws of necessity. It seems as though behind evolution, there is an irresistible pressure compelling more, better, higher, and greater things. For instance, if we study the evolution of locomotion from the rising of a person from the clod, we see them riding upon a horse, in a cart, in a wagon, and so on to the automobile and the airplane. What is this but the evolution of locomotion? The unfolding through people's mind of the possibility of travel. If we watch the evolution of travel by water, we find the same thing from raft to modern ships. What is the inevitable end of locomotion? Could it be other than that we shall ultimately do away with every visible means of transportation? When we shall have unified with the omnipresence, we shall be omnipresent. Yeah, you wonder what Ernest was thinking when he wrote that sentence. All right, last paragraph and then we're done. When we shall have arrived at a sufficient understanding, our thought will take us where we wish to be. When we know enough, we shall be able to pass on to another plane and come back again, if we wish to do so. When we know enough to multiply the loaves and fishes, we shall do so. When we know enough to walk on the water, we shall be able to do that, and it will be all in accordance with the natural law of the spiritual word. Oh my God, Ernest. That last paragraph is very Buddhist. There is a concept in Buddhism, and the word just popped out of my head, but they're like train stations, and it's like your life, birth is one train station, your life is the second train station, death is the third train station, the fourth train station. If you're awake enough, you can get off, and then you don't have to come back and do it all over again because you've learned what you needed to learn. But in the fifth train station, is where if you choose to come back to the material world, you can, but you don't have to stay. You know, you can come and go as you please, which is where that idea of when the student is ready, the teacher appears. You know, if I could remember the concept, that's making me a little crazy right now. Because I talk about it on a regular basis and I can't think of it, what that's called. Because the allegory is the train station. That's not what it's called, but oh well, whatever. It's a Buddhist concept. Okay. But we are moving on. So, I am stopping here today because that was a lot. That was some heavy lifting. We will pick up in chapter 20 on 341, starting with the section called Cosmic Consciousness Illumination. Otherwise, we're just going to do the real quick housekeeping. I'm just simply going to remind you, if you want information about Creative Life, we have a website, creativelife.org, or we have a constant contact email. So email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant contact. One of the ways that you can support the center is by engaging with our social media, which if you're watching this right now, you're doing. Because this is Facebook Live. Unless you're watching this on YouTube. Well, then, you know, that's another social media. So we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark on the social medias. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias. So if you will go and like and share and subscribe and follow and comment, that would be wonderful. It bumps us in the algorithms and we think we have good stuff to share. We would like to be helpful. We think that we have good stuff. So we try and keep it light, bright, and tight and uplifting. All right. Now I'm going to encourage you to have a great day. Hang on. Let me take a deep breath. I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. I'm going to have a catter day, meaning I'm going to cuddle with my cats. I'm also going to go to the dentist today. So there's that. I'm going to have a clean my teeth day. Have a get stuff done day, take a nap day, take a break day, a get ready for the weather day. There's a hurricane in the Gulf. A do what you need to do day, a call a friend day, a cuddle with your fur babies day, a do what you need to do day. And then I'm out of adjectives day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, or, as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right? Explore the truth of your being. Let go of everything that you have been told about yourself, including by you, and get to know who God knows you to be. All right? And I can promise you one thing. The person that the divine knows you to be is good. And from there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.